You are now listening to the Eagle Time podcast. Today's episode will be an introduction to Rodriguez Prep Academy, so sit back, relax, and enjoy.
That's the Eagle call. You heard it. That's the Eagle call.
Welcome to the very
That's
first
the Eagle call.
episode of the Eagle Time podcast, brought to you by the students of Rodriguez Prep Academy, located in beautiful San Bernardino, California. We're your hosts, Ryan,
Evelyn, Dominic,
Eddie.
and today we will be giving you an introduction to Rodriguez Prep Academy and what makes our school so unique.
Opening in 2008, Rodriguez Prep Academy has been helping prepare students for future success for its many years. During the 2010s, Rodriguez Prep Academy has gained recognition for its academic and sports achievements. The school consistently produces high-performing students and athletes, some of whom who have even gained admission to prestigious universities.
In recent years, Rodriguez Prep Academy, like any other school, has faced challenges due to the COVID-19 pandemic, forcing a shift to remote learning during that time. Despite these challenges, the academic demonstration resilience to adaptability by implementing effective distant learning strategies and increasing continued academic progress for students, even winning awards for doing so. The school prioritizes its students' well-being, mental health, offering support and resources to navigate the uncertainties of the pandemic.
As Rodriguez Prep Academy moves forward into the future, our school remains committed to its founding principles of design and engineering, academic excellence, student development, and family engagement. With a strong legacy and dedicated body of teachers and students, empowering Rodriguez Prep Academy continues to shape the future of education in San Bernardino, empowering generations of students to reach their full potential.
Today we will be interviewing our amazing principal actually, Miss Atencio, and the teacher, Mr. Trujillo, and volleyball players, Micah Blake Brooks and Sophia Avalos.
How are you guys doing today? Or how are you doing today?
Well, hello. Thank you so much for having me here. Like I was beautifully introduced. I am the very, very, very proud principal, Mrs. Atencio. And I am doing amazing.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
I would like to know, what interested you in being a principal?
Actually, I never wanted to be a principal. What I wanted to do since I was in third grade was to be a teacher. And so, I was in 2006, I started my career as a 7th and 8th grade teacher, in another district it was on a naval base, and I was able to be there for 2 years. And then I came to San Bernardino in 2007, and I started working for our district. And, I had people believe in me, and they saw things that I didn't see in myself. They told me that I would be great leading people. And, I just kind of, got here by accident, but I am so very thankful of my path and all the amazing leaders that I got to work under, because I really learned from them. And, my biggest thing here is the students, and making sure that the students have a great learning environment. And so for me, it was all worthwhile.
Okay. What do you think the biggest challenge is that principals face today, right now?
The biggest challenge principals face today is just making sure that kids are heard, they feel value, and just being the role model for them. I am a first generation American, so that means that my parents came from Mexico. I grew up very poor, and because of all my hard work, and I never felt I was smart in school. I wasn't a straight A student. I struggled. I learned my first language was Spanish. And so I learned English when I was about 5 years old with my mom. But, so because of all my hardships and my experiences, I want to make sure I provide students with a opportunity something that my dad told me because he was he worked in the farms. So like he was picking crops and then he got to work for Albertsons. And then my mom, she started at a bank as being a custodian. And then, she got, promoted to like processing loans at the banks. And so I see all the sacrifices they did for me so I can have an education. And so I have that in the back of my head every day because I want my students here to know that one, they are loved. One, I'm happy that they chose our school. And two, that they can do anything they set their mind to. Like I said, I wasn't smart in school. It didn't come easy, but now I'm here. So my struggle is how do I show how much I care for students and how much I want to support them? Because our school population is 700, when I was in the classroom, I had that effect on kids daily, right? And I got to see them every day and I got to build that relationship with them. But now that I'm over the entire school, how do I make the conflict is how do I make those connections with each and every one? So I think that would be my biggest struggle.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you some more questions now.
Okay.
So my first question for you is like, since you're the principal, how do your work days usually go? Like, what's your basically routine at work?
I laugh. It makes me giggle because, I have a schedule, but, it never happens. There's some days that I can fulfill my schedule and there's some days where I'm just being pulled everywhere. So I have to be very flexible. But on a typical day, I make sure I'm here in the morning to, greet you guys, make sure that everybody has their badges on, in the morning. And then I meet with my secretary and we go over my schedule for the day if hopefully everything pans out. But, if I have any meetings, parent meetings, or because I meet with everybody. I meet with counselors. I meet with teachers. I meet with parents. I meet with district people. So we go through all of that. And then, I usually like to go into the classrooms and just to see what's going on in the classroom. What are the students learning? There's some things that we as a school decided will be like our focus. So I got to make sure teachers are committed and doing what the focus is and then providing teachers feedback. So that's the majority of my day is being in the classrooms in the morning. And then I do lunch, supervision. So, and those are my favorites, especially Friday, because I go out there and I play music for you guys and I get to dance and act a fool. But I like to. So that's not a big deal. And then and after lunches, what do I do is sometimes I have to prep. So I got to plan for professional development or there's just several different things that I do. It gets so busy that I forget to eat lunch. Like right now you guys saw me, or maybe at the lunchtime, I was eating a yogurt. So that was my first meal today. So, like I said, it's a lot, but I do love my job. But of course, I'll have all this nicely things planned and then boom, there's something going on. And the district's like, hey, I need this for you. So I have to drop everything and then get that done.
Okay. That was a lot. So I'm going to ask you a more kind of, I guess, silly question. It's not really principal related and it's kind of like a 2-part question. Cool. So do you know what a scrub daddy is?
Scrub daddy. Okay, so scrub. So I know TLC that I don't want no scrubs. And so those scrubs mean that they're losers. And so, no, I do not. But if I was to say it, you showed it to me.
Scrub daddy is a sponge. It's actually a very important sponge because the eyes let you go to the bottom of cups and the smile lets you get spoons on both sides. The scrub daddy,
you can tell I don't clean my house. That's why I have kids.
Anti-scratch. And it also it uses a flex texture foam which resists odors and molds for 8 weeks. So I want to ask you, do you like the scrub daddy?
I think I like my version of the scrub daddy. I'm just he's cool. Maybe I'll buy one for my son because he's the one that does the dishes at my house. And so maybe he can be more beneficial and do it. But yeah, it's just cute. So I'll put that on my shopping list because my son's responsibility is to do the dishes. So I will gladly get this for him so that my dishes can be cleaner.
Thank you.
Okay, now I'm gonna ask you some questions. What areas do you think you could still improve on Rodriguez?
Meaning the school?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a great question. So in March, April, the kids take a survey called the Panorama Survey. I don't know if you guys remember. It's like, do you have a teacher that cares about you? Do you, They ask you all these different. So one of the areas that we didn't score as high, we were actually the lowest among other middle schools. And the question or the area is kids feeling a sense of belonging. So that has been my focus for this year as a principal, and then last year when I was a VP, is how do I create an environment where schools or kids want to go to school? And it goes back to why I told you like what I like to be, why I'm a principal. How do I create an environment to that kids feel respected, they feel like they belong here, and that they like to come to school? Because I know kids don't like to go to school because of the work, right? They like to go to school to be with their friends and all that stuff. I understand that. But that's why I'm like, so I guess silly. If you guys saw me this morning, how I'm like, good morning, happy Friday. And like, I'm singing to you guys, and I get a lot of like eye rolls, like, oh my gosh, this lady's crazy. But I feel like, if I can be silly and put myself out there, and if I get a good morning back, or if I get a hello back, or I get a smile, like, yes, like I made a connection with that student. And so hopefully when they do come across the survey, they can think of it. It might not be like, oh, this teacher, they don't like me, but maybe they think of, oh, Miss Atencio. I know I can count on Miss Atencio.
Yeah. Okay, who has made the most influence in your life?
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry. I have a lot of people that influence me. I have previous principals that have influenced me, but so I'm gonna cry. The two people that really influenced me are my parents. And you know why? When my dad came to this country, he had to swim the river, and he had to hide from immigration. So he was in the river overnight, hiding from immigration, because he had the American dream of coming here and being able to provide for his family, and to see him struggle and to do that every day. And I see the hard work he puts in every day. That's always staying with me because I'm trying to breathe.
It's okay. Take your time. Yeah.
Because he did all that for us to provide for us. And like I said, I did grow up poor, but I never felt poor. I've always had food on, at my house. I didn't have the best of clothes. I don't know if you guys remember, there's a shoe called Payless, a store called Payless, and they weren't the best of shoes, right? So anyways, I've always had shoes, even though they weren't Nike or Jordan or any of that. But they've always provided for me, and I've always felt loved. So one of his goals, when he was living in Mexico, his goal was to be a teacher. And when he was living in Mexico, they only go up to, I believe,
Third grade.
Yeah, third grade. And then he would turn around and have to teach the younger kids. So before he left, he was like teaching there. So he always told me like, hey, you have the ability to do whatever you want, and I don't. He's like, I work hard every day with my back, like lifting heavy things and doing, and he gets very tired. And he's like, I do that so that you can work using your brain. So he's my reason why I'm here, and he's the reason why I push myself so hard and to accomplish and to succeed.
Okay.
Like a superhero, right?
Yeah, he's my superhero.
Thank you. Eddie's gonna ask you some questions.
Is it okay if I ask you?
Man, you made me cry. Yeah, go for
Want
it.
some tissues?
Yeah, you want some tissues?
I'm all right.
Okay.
What's your favorite part of being a principal?
You guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like I said, acting like a fool, being able to, when I was a teacher, I used to play soccer a lot with my students. And so like, even now I'm old. I used to play soccer up until like maybe 2 years ago. And, now it's kind of hard because I'm old, but even outside, like sometimes I'll play around, but if I kick the ball too hard, I'll lose my heel because I'll go flying. Learn that. But, or just, seeing you guys succeed, seeing you guys smile, that's my favorite part of the job.
Do you like the idea of a proper school gym, or do you think it's like way too like budget friendly?
Oh, you don't understand. I have been fighting for a gym I've been here since 2017, but ever since I was a vice principal about 2 years ago, I was fighting for a gym. And every time, like, if you guys saw our superintendent, he was here on the second day of school.
Yeah.
And the first day of school, I was like, let me show you my campus. Oh, look, I don't have a gym. Oh, no, look, I don't have the proper locker rooms. Believe me, anytime I get anybody from higher up that's above me, I tell them we need a gym, we need we need better locker rooms. Like I'm always like, kind of bugging them about it. So if I had the money for a gym, I would do it right then and there. But it's hard because it's kind of complicated. Like it has to come from the state, the money. And in order for them to have money for that, they have to pass a bill. So like the people of the community vote for that. And then that provides us with more funding to have the gym. So it's not something like I can be like, oh, let me get your gym built. It's very complicated, but yeah, that makes sense. But no, I'm fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any plans for the school in the future, like dances or stuff like that? Like any new additions to the school by chance?
Oh yeah, I'm always working with leadership, Ms. Tejada, to do more things for you guys. When I was a program facilitator, right now we don't have anybody in that position, but we did a lot of activities. Like we would have movie and a popcorn. So like if you had so many merits during your 8th period class, you would go watch a movie with your friends and popcorn. So yes, I would love to start doing things like that again. I don't know if you notice, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, I'm pushing them to do field trips. So you guys will be going on a lot more field trips this year. Like I said, I just want to make I want you guys to have opportunities to have fun because the school is so rigorous and we ask you to do a lot. So you guys work very hard and I want to celebrate you guys and also let you guys play hard too, right? You work hard to play hard. So I kind of want that to happen for you guys.
Okay. So I wanted to know, what is like your spiciest opinion that most people like disagree with? Like is hot dogs a sandwich or something like that? Most people disagree with it, or like pineapple on pizza. What is your opinion on that type of stuff?
I do like pineapple or Hawaiian pizza, but I pick off the pineapples because I like the Canadian ham.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I don't have anything crazy. It's like, man. Oh, I don't like football. Like the real football is football, which is soccer. I'm a big soccer fan. So maybe that's a unpopular statement, but I like soccer.
So, like you prefer football over American football, basically?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Las Chivas. So if you watch the Mexican Soccer League, that's another controversial. I don't like America. They're horrible. But I know, see, that's unpopular. Arriba Las Chivas.
So I'm gonna ask you one more question before I let Evelyn ask you a question. If you could change one rule at the school, what would you change and why?
One rule. I think I changed all the ones that I didn't like already. Um, yeah. Like your Crocs, that's me. Your pajama pants, that's me. I know it is an unpopular, and that's another unpopular thing,
Yeah.
right? You know what? It's just that I want to make sure that when people come to school that we look presentable, right?
Formal.
Yeah, like not you don't have to be like in slacks or whatever, but you gotta be looking presentable. Can you imagine if I rolled up in here with my chanclas or my flip flops and my pajama pants? I don't think parents would take me seriously. I don't think kids would take me seriously. I don't think parents, kids, and teachers, right? So I think like when you're going to school, gotta look
Formal.
presentable at least.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, when I go home, I take off my slacks and I do put on my pajama pants. And 99.99999% of the time, I wear my Crocs everywhere. So I think
Yeah.
it was funny because I have a daughter that goes here, and I dropped her off at a friend's house, and I was wearing yoga pants and Crocs, and they're like, "Is that you, Miss Atencio?" And I'm like, "Shh," but yeah, it was me. Any other question?
I'm gonna ask
all
you
right.
some. So, since you already stated in some previous questions that you were a teacher, I'm wondering what subject did you teach as a teacher?
Oh, perfect. So I taught 7th and 8th grade. I did ELA for a while. I taught at Curtis Middle School. And then after that, I went to elementary school and I taught 4th grade. And I was like, nope. I made kids cry, not on purpose. I was joking and they took me serious because I was so used to the middle school. Like, 'cause in middle school, I can joke around, but I learned really quick. I couldn't do that with 4th graders. And then I begged my principal to take me or let me teach 6th grade. So I taught 6th grade, and the subjects I was really strong in were everything but science. Me and science are not fans, or not friends, but that's the one I can grow with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree because I also am not good at science. I just have one more question for you. It's where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Oh my gosh, I ask myself that all the time. Like, what do I want to be when I grow up? I'm 40 years old and I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Where do I see myself in 10 years? I don't know. But what's really cool is that once I figure out what my next goal is, I know I will get there because I'll push myself, because I will work hard every day. So, I don't know. I might be back in the classroom because I want to be with kids. I might be up at the district level trying to figure out something. I just don't know, but what I do know that it will be around kids so that, I can make that connection with them. So hopefully to inspire them to be better and to be able to have a better life than they have.
May I just say, I didn't think you were like a day older than 20. You
Woo!
do not look that old. I'm like,
You're my favorite. I'm just
like, I wasn't expecting you to be that old.
I'm
like,
old. Well, what you guys consider old. I'm 40. That's why I like when I play soccer, I'm like, I can't do it no more. Because when I fall down, I can't roll back up like I used to.
yeah.
Cracks.
Yeah. Then I want my knees all hurting.
Is there a fan here? What are your favorite parts of your job?
My favorite parts? Just coming to school every day. I love pep rallies because I get to go out there. I love school dances because I think the school dances are more for me than for the students because you guys don't like to dance and I do. But you know, like I said, you guys, I love being in the classroom. I love seeing what you guys are learning. Sometimes I like to be a part of it, especially in science. Like I said, because me and science are not friends. So when I go in there and I see all the amazing things that Miss Avery's doing, Miss Patterson and Mr. Gomez, Miss Sam, Miss Richardson, like I'm like, can I join in? Because I like to learn.
Like Miss Hernandez, like the Spanish.
Oh yeah. I'm always in there too.
Another question that I have is, since there are so many middle schools out there, why did you choose Rodriguez?
I love this school. I do. Like I said, I worked at Curtis before, and that was a great experience. That I still have a lot of friends that are teachers at Curtis. But the reason why I love this school so much, can I be honest with you guys? It's because of the teachers.
Teacher?
And you know why? Because anywhere else I've worked at, I've never seen such a dedicated staff that is dedicated to your guys' education. I don't know if you know this, but there's no other middle school that I know that the teacher actually provides tutoring after school, or that will help kids during lunch. And that's why I love Rodriguez so much, is because I can honestly say that every staff member here wants you guys to be successful and to you guys grow. And I've seen it. I don't know if you guys know this, but when students leave here, they go on to be valedictorians at other high schools. I know a student that got a full ride to UCLA, and they said it's because the teachers here they get them ready for high school. And they said by the time they get to high school, it's easy. School is easy because you guys, the teachers have taught you like organization skills, or all like the foundational skills you're going to need for high school to be successful. You know, I brought my own kids to here. We don't live in this district. Even my son graduated last year, and when I was a program facilitator, he attended here. And so, I bring my own kids here because of the teachers, because they are willing to help you guys so much to learn and to see you grow. So,
Like Mr. Enriquez.
yeah. A lot of them are great. Yeah.
Mr.
I'll treat everybody. Yeah.
If someone were to offer you $1 million to not be a principal and pick a new career, what job would you do, and would you take the offer?
I'm going to say yes, because I feel like in another life, I should have been a performer. I love to sing and dance. And so if I had the ability to sing and dance, I would be doing that. And if somebody wants to pay me $1 million to sing and dance, I'll take it.
Yeah. All right. So I have a question that's probably on everybody's mind right now. Who's under the mask of the eagle? Okay. We have our eagle mascot. Who is under the mask?
Is it a secret?
I don't even know. I don't know who it is. No, I just know I take pictures with it. I'm like, geez. But no, I don't know who's in there. So when you guys know, let me know.
I was told by one of my friends, but he said keep it top secret. I was gonna see if you would say something.
I seriously don't know.
Yeah.
I would do it if they would let me.
Leadership does. Leadership people.
No, I would be in it. I would be in the costume if they let me.
I feel like the costume wouldn't be hot though, right?
It does.
Like,
It
yeah.
is.
Probably. It's
Yeah.
got
Probably
like
get
all the
really
feathers
sweaty.
and stuff. Yeah. What can people expect from you next?
Just know that, like I said earlier, like I want kids to have more experiences. I want them out of the classrooms. I want them seeing what else is out there. Because the more exposure you get to knowing what's out there, and even like with technology and AI and like things like this, right? Social media, the more I can expose you guys to different jobs or different interests, the better. That's what's coming up for me. So anytime I get an opportunity to bring somebody in, or if you guys have an idea, do this for me. If any of you guys have any idea of like what to do, or like if you have a field trip idea, I'm always open to hearing them out. Or if you know somebody in social media or whatever, like I'm willing to work with you guys, because I feel like the more exposure you guys get to all the different jobs that are out there, the more that you guys will be hopefully inspired and motivated to get through school so that you can do those jobs.
Okay. Yeah. I'd like to thank you for coming on to our podcast, and thank you for joining us, and we
Yes, thank
will
you.
see you later at school.
Yeah, and you know what? It's an honor to be here. I thank you guys for inviting me, and you guys are doing an amazing job, and I can't wait to listen to your other podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Miss Atencio.
Thank you.
See you later.